up, everybody? This is your girl, Lifestyle Liz, and I am back sitting with my girl, Miss Tori E. What's up, Tori? How you feeling tonight?
I'm good.
So this is my friend Tori. Funny thing, we actually met about, was it like a year ago or 2 years ago or this year?
No, it was last year.
It was last year. So one of my friends was like, yo, there's this girl and she's just like you. Y'all like the same things. And I was like, nah, no way. So he's like, you gotta meet her. So funny thing is we went to high school and middle school together.
No, tons of the same people.
Tons of the same people. We never knew each other. So when we met, I was like, man, I'm gonna see what's up with this girl, you know? But no, she's super, super cool. We have a lot of things in common, like as far as like hustle, ambition, things that we're really dedicated to. And we both love Cardi B, so it was a jump from the start.
It was a match made in hood rat heaven.
I'm not a hood rat, but no, I'm really not. But so anyways, Tori, I know you're working on a couple of projects right now. You're really doing a lot of things for the Latino community. So what are you currently working on right now?
Oh my God, what am I not doing? So aside from a full-time job, the radio, I'm currently running for Riverwalk Royalty. I always get the Riverwalk Royalty. There you go. For 2020. And it's pretty much just a bunch of people raising money for the Riverwalk. All the events that go on throughout the year, from the Mardi Gras parade, the Armed Forces parade, St. Patrick's, anything that goes on throughout the whole year, the lantern parade down the Riverwalk, all of that stuff is free. And so obviously somebody pays for it, right? And that's what they do. So the association, the Riverwalk Association, takes donations. They raise money every year to be able to do that for San Antonio. So that's what I'm doing, pretty much just raising money for the Riverwalk.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So Tori, I know you're doing a lot of things. You know, you have the Riverwalk thing going on. I know just recently you had something going on at the benefit night, the missions, which I know one of my friends went out there to support. How did that turn out?
It was good. I didn't even get to watch the game because I was too busy, trying to mingle with everybody.
Nice.
Like, everybody that bought tickets, I was like, because I sold like 40 tickets.
That's pretty good.
So I was like, hi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming.
Bet you it was hot out there, man.
It was hot. I got a little turn.
I saw and all your friends went out there.
Yeah, they did.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we didn't
awesome.
even watch the game. Everybody was too busy, like, chatting and meeting and all that good stuff.
I know the last time I went to a baseball game when I was in New York, like, it was so hot and I was so turned. I didn't even get to watch a baseball game for like 5 minutes and that was it. But that's awesome. Definitely going out there and supporting, showing your city some love. So what do you have planned coming up for this year? Like, we're almost towards the end of the year.
For like myself?
Yes. How do you deal with being so busy? Because I know you work, you have the radio station, you're going back into the military.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you keep that social life, that suavemente thing going on?
Oh, girl, I don't even know. 5-hour energy drinks and monsters.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean, everything I have to do is during the week. I don't have anything planned during the weekend. It's pretty much just, I have to plan in advance. Like, I am not the friend that you can just be like, what are you doing? Let's go do this. Because I'm already like, yo, girl, I already have a schedule. You need to tell me like a month out.
I'll text Tori like, hey, Tori, girl, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm at this, I'm at that. Come out to Midnight Rodeo. I'm like, girl, by 10 o'clock, I'm
but
out.
I always invite you, though.
I know. And I do try to go like, okay, girl, but I always make it to the house parties, though, So yeah, well, that's awesome. Definitely look forward to seeing more things coming up. I know Tori has great things, planned for next year. Also, if you definitely want to donate, you can definitely go to San Antonio River. SanAntonioRiverwalk.com/royalty.
Yes.
And all you have to do is find Tori's name to contribute, because the winners will be selected in February, right?
Yes.
2020.
And it's all based on whoever raises the most money. Which, raising money, by the way, is hard as F. Like, the gente does not want to donate money, let me tell you.
Oh, wow. So guys, don't forget, at the end of this video, go donate, okay?
It is really hard, but yes, if you can donate even $5, hey.
Yeah?
I'm sure everybody goes, even just to like the holiday stuff downtown, everybody does. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, it is. I mean, I'm always busy and I love it. I've always been busy being in the military. I always had a lot of extracurricular activities on top of, trying to maintain a social life, trying to maintain a fitness life, which I have been slacking since I've been out of the military because now I don't have...
But Tori, you look great. I keep telling her, like, girl, you look good.
It's called stress.
Oh, no, it's not.
She thinks it's not, but it is. but no, like I was just telling you the other day, like I was telling Angela, like, yo, I need to work out with y'all because I always see them out. Liz is always getting it, and I'm over here with my Whataburger and extra large fries. and there's Liz, Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, working it up, and I'm like, oh, that's cute.
It's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. I would say, when I first started my podcast, I took a break because I really wanted to focus on like my mental health, and then go into my physical health. My mom, she has lupus, and then I had a lupus scare, so I really felt like I needed to take a break from as much things as I could and really focus into that, because I think the most important thing about working out is first making sure like your mental health is clear before you just try to jump into it like full throttle. So I really dedicated myself to that, and yeah, that's currently what's going on for me.
You're doing good, because when I have downtime, I just want to go sleep.
Yeah, and like, yeah, definitely, and I think it's a great. I know, and the funny thing,
when I work out, no, I'm gonna sleep.
I never hear Tori saying she's asleep. Like, I'll pull to Tori's house, like, oh, she's outside washing the car, sprinklers on. I'm like, damn, bro, still hungover over here, barely showing up. But yeah, so that's basically what's going on, and I think Instagram also weirdly had like a really big contribution, like seeing people on Instagram and working out, and a lot of people talking out about like depression openly and anxiety, which I'm very surprised, but I think it's definitely helped me try to overcome obstacles to get back into really doing what I like.
Yeah.
So it's currently what I'm doing right now. How do you feel about that as far as like Instagram being like motivational? Like, there's so many things people talk about online.
It is, and I think it's good and bad. Like,
I agree. It can be a little addicting sometimes.
Yeah, like I definitely, because like I said, I see you, I see other people that I follow, and I'm like, dang, she looks good. I'm trying to get like that. Abs all winter 2019.
I still got a long way to go. But I came a long way.
You have.
Definitely, I'm proud. I still got this little thickness, going on, but we gonna get there.
No, so yeah, no, it is, but no, and I get like that all the time. Like, everybody I follow is like, not so much working out, but like, they're doing side projects, they're starting their own business, they have like 10 kids, and they're still juggling life. So my motivation comes from seeing other people be on their grind, because it's almost like friendly competition. Like, I'm okay, girl, I see you, I got you too. And granted, none of us are doing the same thing, right? But just more of a like, all right, girl, I got you. Like, you motivate me to want to be my best self. So somebody's looking at me like, dang, look at her doing her thing. Like, I'm going to go do mine too.
That's true. One of my other friends, they have a podcast, and they were talking about people being thirsty on Instagram. And I really don't know, like, how I feel about that, because I don't want to be, like, classified as, like, oh, a hater, because, hey, you look great, flaunt it. But they were saying about how girls, if they're really promoting self-motivation and like promoting physical fitness for others, are they just doing it for thirst traps,
Right.
And like for me, like I really love like videos of like seeing people doing things like, hey, if you're doing something for your community, out there, promoting it, or if you're working out, like showing armpit sweat and really like your loha sticking out and really like working out. And then there's girls that are just like always in their chonas, in the morning with the shake, like, oh, Fitness Friday, which is great. Like, if you got it out, do it.
I would flaunt it.
Yeah, flaunt it. But then, there's those people, I'm like, damn, like, she's really pushing herself. Like, you go, girl. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's how I feel about social media. It can be good and bad.
Yeah. I think it's your own mental state.
That's true, because I know a lot of people that take breaks, like, it's just too much. Like, man, like, you must really be abusing social media. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. So, as far as, of course, being into Tejano music, how do you feel like the Tejano music has really influenced you as far as your lifestyle?
So, my lifestyle, well, like, I've always been very, like, brown pride.
She is. So let me just say something really, really quick.
Look at my shirt.
So every time I wake up in the morning, I always see something, Tori, today in the Latino culture. Like,
Well,
it's
it
always
is Hispanic Heritage Month.
yeah. So every morning I've been seeing at first day Tori is schooling me on my heritage, which I'm slacking. I really need to pick up my culture, So.
But I've been like that forever since I was little. I've just always been so proud to be Mexican, so proud to be Tejana, so proud to be a brown girl.
Brown fried.
Brown bread, exactly. So that's just me. But so the funny thing with the radio station is, so when I joined the Navy 10 years ago,
Right.
I had never left Texas before, and so I would get really homesick, and especially
I
like
bet.
when I was in Boston, my first duty station, there's like no Mexicans up there at all, and the few
Yeah, it's
Mexicans
tough.
that are there, they're like immigrants. They moved up there to go work, so they're not like Americanized
Right.
Mexicans, which is a whole different breed of person.
Right.
And so like whenever I would get sad or homesick, I would listen to KXTN back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I did even when I moved to California, which is more Mexican, but it's more like Mexican, not like
Right.
Tejano. And that's all I would listen to. I would wake up, I listened to like Johnny Ramirez in the morning, I would listen to KXTN, and it would make me feel like I would cry because I'd be sad and miss home. But it was like, it was my
I
safety
gave you like a little memory piece of back
exactly.
home.
So Tejano has always, because that's what I grew up on. My grandpa listened
Right.
to it, my mom listened to it, and I was always with my grandpa, so it was like, that's like my second kind of favorite
Yeah.
music. And so then when KXTN went down this
I love
year,
KXTN.
with it now,
No, not now. Back then, before, because I used to wake up in the morning and my mom would make breakfast, and I would go in the garage, and my dad, he'd be sitting out there drinking like what were they called, like Mad Dogs, or it was like with like peanuts, and he'd be blasting KXTN like, "Come here, mija, sit down." I'm like, oh man, I'm going back inside there. I already know this is leading to, but like
that was my grandpa.
yeah, and so like. Man, like I really miss those days because man, that was nice.
It's like nostalgic. So when I heard that KXTN was going down, I was so upset. Like I was like, what? This is bullshit. Like I made like this.
I remember you posted
Yes,
about
I
it.
did.
She posted about
I
it.
was so upset, you guys. Like that was like my safety blanket. I was
Yeah.
gone for 10 years in the Navy, so that was like my one thing that I had to listen
Yeah.
to. And yes, I can go on iTunes and
Right.
whatever, but it just
It's not the same thing. Just
Yeah.
turning on a station in the morning.
even like the DJs. You get so used to the DJs, you fall in love with their personality. You know their antics.
Yeah.
You know what they're gonna say, and so sad. And my friend Roger was like, "Hey, look, this new radio station is starting up in San Antonio. Like, here, don't be crying about
it was like
KXTN."
2 weeks later,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because she posted about it, and like 2 weeks later, I see like Tori's talking about being on a radio station.
No,
like,
it wasn't that quick. It was
it
like
was
a couple
kinda,
months
right?
later.
No,
Yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah.
I felt like it just happened so fast.
It did happen fast. So I have my podcast, and when I saw they needed DJs, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna send them my podcast. Maybe they can use it as like a morning segment
Right.
or something. I didn't know. And so I sent it in, and like 2 months later, they called, like, hey, come and do an interview, whatever. I was like, look, I have no experience whatsoever.
Look, I'm a loser. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about that. I was like, I've never done radio. Like, this is what I've done. This is
Yeah.
my podcast. I'm good with talking to people. I'll even do sales. Like, I just
Yeah.
want to help. I love Tejano. It's important to me. It's important to the culture, to San Antonio. And so they were like, okay, let's give you a try. And here I am.
Awesome. This is Tori. See, this is why we are friends, guys. All right, don't try to take my friend. That's awesome, Tori. I see you doing a lot of big things, and that's great. Like the little time I've known her, it's like, damn girl, I see you on your grinds.
I'm always on my grind. I don't know how to not be busy, which at the same time drives me crazy because I'm like, I need a vacation.
I know.
But then I have days off and I'm like, what do I need to do? I know I need to do something. I know I have something going on. I know I'm supposed to be doing something. I get like anxious, like anxious.
Oh.
Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Why? There's something I'm not doing that I have free time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's weird.
So Tori, us being, both people who are really heavily into music, who's someone who has really influenced you, whether it's now or maybe when you're a child?
Man. Oh, geez.
It is tough. It is tough.
I hate to say Selena because that's like everybody's, right? Like that's everybody's like, oh, Selena,
Yeah.
and I love Selena. Like I don't know if I ever told you, but when I was little, I actually tried out for the Little Selena in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. They had auditions here in San Antonio, and I like begged my mom, and she took me to try out. Obviously, I didn't.
I
get
bet you it was a long line.
It was. There was chingos of kids. Man.
No, but everyone loves Selena though. I met her brother at Hooters, like I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, and he invited me to eat with him, which is he had like his girlfriend at the time. Like, so that was like really cool. Like, oh my god! And I was telling my boyfriend at the time, like, you know who this is? And he's like, come on, let's go. I'm like, no, you go. I'm gonna stay. And he was Selena's brother. Like that's like really like mozzarella sticks together. That's pretty dope.
That is
That's
dope.
pretty dope.
That's funny. Man, music wise, this is gonna be really random, but why I'm like totally blinking out right now.
Really?
Jesus, yeah. I'm like, who do I even?
Okay,
like?
so let's talk about. It doesn't have to be your favorite musician or rap genre.
I'm big into music, but not necessarily somebody, not like an artist.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense too, because someone could ask me, who's your favorite artist? And I have like 3 of them. And everyone knows I love 50 Cent.
Okay, girl.
Because he's so like raw, you know? Everyone's scared of 50 Cent, you know? He's Trill.
The freaking troll king.
And I know no one wants to owe 50 Cent money, so I gotta be on his good side.
No one wants to come for Fitty.
50.
You know, it's weird, like, with music, it really depends on, like, my mood.
Right.
Because I really listen to everything. Like, I love Tejano, obviously, because that's, like, my roots.
Right.
Like, I feel that. Man, I love mariachi music.
Yeah?
Yes, like, I love mariachi music. Like, Ana Gabriel, Angela Aguilar, Pepe Aguilar.
So what is it about, like, the mariachi music?
That's like, to me, that's like puro Mexicano. Like, that's in your soul.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I hear somebody, like a female, have like that deep, raspy voice, and
Yeah.
they just like grito it out, I'm like, yes.
I feel like maybe I should have been a mariachi, because I got, like, a real raspy
you
voice.
should have, girl. Or like when they play the trumpet, like I always said, if I had a son, I would want him to play the trumpet.
Really?
Yes.
Because you're going to sing and he's going to play the trumpet?
Exactly.
Oh,
We're going to be a little duet.
Oh.
But it just, like, I can hear it, and even if it's not a sad song, it makes me just like
Right.
wanna cry. Like,
It does. Like, I get, like, the goosebumps. Like, man, like, no matter what mood you're in, I feel like mariachi music just, like, relaxes you. Like, take a step back and enjoy life.
yeah,
you know?
like you just want to drink. You
Yeah.
just want to like think about memories, good or bad, you know.
True.
But man, I really do listen to everything. Like this is super random, but like one of my favorite artists of all time is like Toni Braxton.
Really?
Yes, I love Toni Braxton.
I love Toni Braxton.
Old school Toni Braxton, like from the 90s.
I don't know why she's dating Birdman. Is she still dating Birdman?
I think they're engaged. I don't know. I think she just ran out of options. But like I love R&B, which
Right.
is funny because I don't really find a lot of my friends are
You gotta
country.
get into that mood, girl, that R&B mood.
No, but like old school, like Toni Braxton, Mary J. Blige, just my girl
Right?
there.
Girl should be stomping the yard, girl. With an SWV.
SWV.
Yes.
So, oh, actually, you know, now that I think about it, like one of my influences that I always loved was Gloria Estefan.
Oh, yeah.
That was
What
my
happened to her?
girl. She has a record company. Like
Oh, really?
I think she does a lot of producing.
Oh, okay. Good for
But
her.
it's never, even though I love Mexican music,
Yeah.
it's never been Spanish music that has influenced me.
Right.
It's been like like I said, R&B. I always, that's so weird that I don't know. I listen to all kinds of music, but now that I think about it,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good question. You know, super random. Like me and Liz's love for Cardi B. So when Cardi B first came out, I hated her. I just thought she
Really?
was,
I love Cardi B. When Cardi B first came on Love and Hip Hop, I was following her before when she came out with her song Red Bars. Like, she was just so ratchet. you know?
and see, that's why I didn't like her, because I was like, why is she promoting being a hoe? Like, why? I don't like this girl. Like, she's ghetto as fuck. But you know what made me like Cardi is because, okay, so prior Navy, I was a super party girl.
Right.
Like, I used to go out Wednesday through Sunday. Like, Wednesday was Grams, Thursday was Reef.
Girl, Antro. That's when Antro used to be here.
Friday
Yes.
was like Medusa's.
I never went to
Saturday was
Medusa's.
like The Basement. You know, Sundays was Joe's Volcano. Like, I used to be out all the time. But I also, what a lot of people don't know is I was working 3 jobs and I was going to college before I joined the Navy. So I partied as hard as I worked. But not everybody knew what I was working. And I was going through a lot, which is why I joined the Navy. You know, I was like, like I said, I was working at iMasters. And then at night, I was working at Stacy's Sports Bar. Do you remember that Stacy's Sports Bar?
Oh, man.
I know. I was working there. So after work, I would go to Stacy's. And then on my days off, I worked at this store at the mall.
Right.
So I was.
What store was it?
It was called Jocelyn. No, what was it called?
The clothing store downstairs by the food court?
No, it's not there anymore. Oh my gosh, what was it called? I don't remember. It was like some old lady store. But they they were hiring, and I was like, okay, I could use the extra jobs. And I was going to SAC. Right. So I was like always busy. So I partied as hard, and I was fresh 21. So I partied as hard as I worked. And for the longest time, I had a reputation as a party girl. Like, people would be like, Rata or Hood Rat, and
I can't believe I never ran into you.
I know. I'm sure we did, girl.
Not that I was a Rata or anything like that, but you know.
But I was like everywhere. You know what I mean? And people always saw me as that because I was always out. I was always crazy. I was always loud, and I knew a lot of people. Like, back in the day, I could go to a club and go by myself, and I knew people there.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time, even after the Navy, like, for people to still take me seriously, like that. Like, okay, yeah, I party hard, but also I work hard. I was in school this whole time. My bills were always paid. Like, I always took care of myself. I never was being stupid. I wasn't out here getting pregnant or doing this or that.
See, that's what I feel like me and Trey have a lot in common, because I would go all the time. I would work 3:30 at midnight, get off at midnight, rush to Grams on a Wednesday night, leave at 2, wake up, go to school from like 7 to like 10, and then go to home, change, and then get ready for work.
Yeah, same here. So so back to why I like Cardi, because for the longest time, it took me a long time for people to be like, oh wow, she's on her grind. Right. But I was this whole time. Everybody just saw me going out. Right. They saw me going out. They saw me dating different people. They saw me just, you know, partying. Right. But they didn't see.
They didn't really get the chance to really know you. Like, what are you doing in the daytime?
Exactly. They didn't see that I was going to school, that I had 3 jobs. That, you know, I was kind of house hopping for a while. Like, I was living with Vero when I joined the Navy. I was sleeping on her couch. And so, like, with Cardi, like, no one took her seriously because they just saw her as, like, this little stripper. And now that she's, like, doing her thing, she's like, fuck y'all. I was me the whole time, and y'all just saw me as this, but you didn't see everything behind the scenes. And that's why I like Cardi, because that's how I felt. Like, y'all just saw me for what you wanted to see, this party girl, but you didn't know that I was partying, because I was also working hard. And when you work like that, you need a break.
You do.
Like, you need a couple of drinks. You need to wild out. You need to stop having.
And you're young too, so it's like, what does it matter if you go out? You know, and people will try to tell you like you need to slow down, but you know, now that we're at this age, you know, we're like 30. You know, it's like now we're really slowing down, because I feel like all this partying back in the days just caught up.
But you know what? At the same time, like, I see people now who never did that, and now they want to
do it.
out. Yeah, now they want to, you know, the relationship that they've been in all this time, they want to be cheating, or they want to be
now
scandalous.
we'll talk that shit you used to talk before.
Now they want to party, and I'm like, I already did that. I'm good.
True.
But that's why I like Cardi, just because.
Me too. And she takes care of her best friend too. I know her best. Oh well, I don't know her best friend, but I know like Star Brim. She was locked up and she held it down for her. So I fuck with Cardi. I like her. Plus, she ain't trying to. She even says herself, "I'm not trying to influence people. You don't have to follow me. It's just who I am." You know. So I like that about her. She's one of my favorite artists, but not like my ultimate favorite artist.
But yeah, what about you?
As far as like someone who has influenced me,
I
would have to say, I know this is probably like setting it way back, but I would have to say Queen Latifah. I guess it was like back in like my high school days, I was really like the home girl, or like, you know, like the guys would be like, Liz, you know, we're bringing you the party, and you know, they'll try to get me into flow or rap, you know, like back in the days, whatever. And so one day, one of my friends was like, yo, I'm gonna call you Queen Latifah. You remind me of Queen Latifah. So like that year, my mom got me like as a joke, like a Queen Latifah purse, like this big old like black satchel. So I came back from Christmas break, like, yeah, like my new Queen Latifah purse. But I like her. I think she's dope. Like, I think that she definitely came into, the music era when it was like a very male dominated, like a lot of men were just doing rap. And she definitely, I feel like she brought that wave in for women getting into the hip hop game. And not only that, like, I feel like she's also someone that, she's not only, in music, movies. I saw her in CoverGirl. Like, she's been on so many magazine covers. Yeah. And she's really made me feel like you can be comfortable in your own body.
Right.
And she does a lot of things for women as far as, like, women empowerment.
She's very versatile.
Yes.
As a person.
And I feel like she's definitely has broken a lot of barriers for women, especially, like, women that are, like, plus-size women or just women who feel like they're not, valued and just being...
They don't fit in that standard box.
Yeah,
as
like,
a gender role.
Right. And, like, there's a lot of, like, females in the rap game. I feel like more so before that were, like, all the shape and the big boobs and the big ass. And then, like, here comes Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott. Now there's, like, more plus-size rappers in the game. So I just feel like she's definitely still, like, a positive vibe for women. So she keeps it gangsta with a little bit of, like, professionalism.
And she wasn't like no disrespect to any other female, which I think at her time a lot of women were more trying to get that respect, like MC Lyte.
Right.
She Salt and Pepper, but they're a little more crazy. But like Queen Latifah was like UNIT, and that's all about like having respect, unity between black people, unity in the community, stopping gang violence. She was not, talking about her ass and tits and this, that, and the third.
And she had like those big old hats and everything. Like she was just like
she was in the African Guard.
Yeah, she was. She was not playing. Like she kept it in the hood. I remember I read somewhere that like when she first got like her first like big check-in, the first thing she bought was a gold tooth. So I was like, damn girl,
That's funny.
I know when Set It Off came off, I had like 3 copies of Set It Off because like I had the DVDs and it kept getting scratched. So yeah, Queen Latifah is definitely someone I can definitely fuck with.
It's funny that you say that you were like down, you were like the homegirl. I was heavy into SPM back in the day.
Man.
Girl,
what is that? I'm on a Mexican.
Even to this day, I could rap SPM every day, all day.
Really?
I could do the ad-libs.
All right.
I could do everything
Tori, we want you to spit a little SPM. What you got? Come on, Tori.
I need to hear a song.
Oh my god.
Oh no, but and it's funny because like we used to go to like house parties back in the day,
right.
And they would play like SPM, Poetic Vandals, Lone Star Riders, and I used to be like,
yeah.
I was about it. I was like a little wannabe troll. It wasn't until I got older that I was like, okay, I want to be girly because I like boys.
Yeah, I used to like Dickies, like the khaki Dickies, the black shirts, and I remember back then we had like our little CD players, like, yo, let me borrow that CD, like, which SPM God. CD you got? Like, that's when like Sierra was popping. Man, like, I love all that music back then, like Bone Thugs, Pimp C, UGK,
yes.
Mobb Deep. Like, man, that music, it's a whole different era now, these kind of rap music that we're hearing these days.
It is.
Definitely different.
It really is. I'm not a fan of this mumble rap. I mean, some of the songs I can, like, okay, I could fuck with it.
Yeah. It's like tickety tock tock tock. What? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's rappy. It's rhyming.
All right, everybody, it's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. More to come from Lifestyle Liz. Don't forget to follow my girl, Miss Tori.
I have 2 Instagrams. My first one is
See how Mexicans are?
_cultured_Tahana. That's my personal one. And then I have the one for the radio. So if you're looking for any events, you want to hear about any songs, anything's going on, Tori_E989. That's my Instagram.
All right, thank you. See you later.
All right, guys. Stay brown, gente.